All right, let's jump into another deep dive. Today, we're going to swing through the trees with Disney's classic, The Jungle Book. You know, the 1967 one.
Such a fun movie.
Yeah, it's really one of those timeless films. We're talking about the animation, the characters, the music, the whole package.
The whole jungle,
The
man.
whole jungle, exactly.
Kipling's stories, and then, put it through the Disney machine, and it just comes out just this beautiful thing.
Oh, yeah, it's got that classic Disney charm, for sure. And right away, we meet Mowgli, the little boy abandoned in the jungle.
And it's Bagheera that finds him.
Bagheera the panther, strolling through, and boom, there's a baby.
Changes his whole world, you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, talk about a life-altering encounter.
Yeah, he is Mr. Responsible in the jungle, that's for sure.
He's the voice of reason, always thinking 10 steps ahead.
He's like, we got to get this kid to safety. The wolves, they'll take care of him.
And they do.
Yeah.
It's pretty sweet seeing Mowgli grow up with the pack. Really makes you feel like you're part of the jungle family.
Oh, yeah, playing with the wolf pups.
Living the good life, right.
But then Shere Khan comes back.
Oh, man.
That changes the whole game. The big bad tiger.
The fearsome Shere Khan, yeah.
Yeah.
And suddenly it's like paradise lost.
Wolves got to make a tough decision. Keep Mowgli, put the whole pack at risk, or send him away, for his own good.
It's heavy stuff.
Yeah, it really tugs at the heartstrings. Shows how much they care for him.
And Bagheera once again steps up. He's like, I'll take him to the man village.
Yeah, dangerous journey. But
Yeah.
Bagheera's all about duty. You can tell that's his thing.
Duty, responsibility.
That's Bagheera.
Yeah, he's like the pragmatist of the jungle, always weighing the risks.
Always. And Mowgli, not so much. Mowgli's like, let's have fun, let's play. That causes some, friction between them.
Oh, yeah, their personalities clash big time. But then again, that's what makes their dynamic so interesting.
For sure.
And speaking of interesting, we got to talk about Kaa, the snake.
Oh, Kaa.
I mean, wasn't a little freaked out by him as a kid.
Yeah, mesmerizing, but creepy.
Total nightmare fuel.
Yeah.
But also kind of beautiful in a weird way.
Yeah, the way he moves, all hypnotic.
And those eyes. Don't look him in the eyes.
You're done. But then he sings that song.
Trust in me.
And it's like, oh, this is a track.
It's so catchy, but you know something bad's going to happen.
Absolutely. And the scene where he almost spills the beans to Shere Khan about Mowgli.
Oh, man.
Nail-biting.
Pure suspense.
You're like, come on, Kaa, keep your mouth shut.
Yeah, that's the jungle, though, always keeping you on your toes. Never know what's lurking around the corner.
It's a good thing Bagheera's got those cat-like reflexes. Snaps awake just in time.
Always on guard.
And then they run into Baloo.
Oh, yeah. Things lighten up a bit there.
Baloo the bear, just living his best life. The opposite of uptight Bagheera.
Yeah, he's all about the bare necessities.
Taking it easy, enjoying the jungle life. And Mowgli, he's drawn to that. He's been on this serious mission with Bagheera. And Baloo's like, hey, man, chill out. Relax, kid. There's more to life than rules.
Exactly. And that song, The Bare Necessities,
Instant mood booster.
it's just pure joy. You can't help but smile
You gotta sing along every time.
every single time. And it really shows you how Mowgli starts to question, where he's supposed to be. Like, maybe the man village isn't all it's cracked up to be.
Maybe this jungle life isn't so bad after all.
Right. But then, just when things are getting chill, those monkeys show up.
Oh, those monkeys.
Led by King Louie, the orangutan, who wants to be like us.
Wants to be a man, wants that fire.
Desperately. And their musical number, I want to be like you.
So catchy, you can't not dance to it.
It's impossible. And that whole sequence where Baloo tries to disguise himself as a monkey, pure comedic gold.
Oh yeah, the animators went all out there.
The way he tries to blend in, it's hilarious.
It's like, hey, I'm a monkey too. Look at me, I got leaves.
And King Louie's just like, nah, you're not fooling anyone.
You're a bear, dude.
You stick out like a sore thumb.
But yeah, King Louie, he's a bit of a cautionary tale, isn't he? Be careful what you wish for. You might not understand the consequences.
Absolutely. And their escape from that crumbling temple.
Well,
Talk about a wild ride.
yeah.
Makes you wonder if Mowgli was really better off staying with Baloo,
Right. Back to the wolves, maybe.
Maybe the jungle's just too dangerous no matter who you're with.
Yeah, it's complicated. But this is where the movie gets really interesting. Mowgli's not just on a physical journey through the jungle.
It's more than just dodging tigers and snakes.
It's a journey of self-discovery. Who is Mowgli? Where does he belong?
Big questions.
Questions we all ask ourselves at some point in life, right?
Absolutely. And I think that's part of what makes The Jungle Book so powerful. It's not just a kid's movie.
It's got those deeper layers that adults can appreciate. It makes you think.
And it's got that Disney magic that just pulls you in no matter your age.
It's a classic for a reason.
Couldn't have said it better myself. And, hey, we've only just scratched the surface of the Jungle Book, folks. There's so much more to explore. We'll be back soon to delve deeper into this amazing film.
Stay tuned. We were talking about Mowgli's journey, right? Not just through the jungle, but finding himself.
Yeah, figuring out who he is, where he fits in.
And the movie does such a good job of like balancing those fun, lighthearted parts with, real danger.
Like, right after that whole King Louie escapade, Mowgli just takes off.
Yeah, runs away.
Feels betrayed by Baloo,
He just doesn't want to go to the man village.
He's like, fine, I'll do it my way.
Classic teenager move, right? Rebelling against authority.
But in the jungle, that can be deadly.
Oh, yeah. Because guess who's out there?
Shere Khan, lurking in the shadows.
Just waiting for his chance.
And man, they really make him scary.
Oh, yeah, he's terrifying.
Those eyes.
Those eyes, man. The animators nailed it.
You can feel the menace radiating off of him.
Every time he's on screen, it's like the temperature drops 10 degrees.
Remember that scene where he overhears Bagheera and Baloo talking about Mowgli?
Oh, yeah, you just know he's going to use that to his advantage.
He's like a shark smelling blood in the water.
And Mowgli's just wandering around completely clueless.
Talk about dramatic irony.
The music in that scene, too. So good at building tension.
You're on the edge of your seat waiting for something to happen.
And then, of course, Mowgli runs into Kaa again.
Seriously, this kid has the worst luck with snakes.
I think it's more than just bad luck. It shows how vulnerable he is.
Still naive about the dangers of the jungle.
And Kaa, being Kaa, sees an opportunity.
Doesn't matter that Shere Khan's right there too.
That whole scene is just pure suspense.
You're like, no, Mowgli, don't fall for it.
But of course he does. Almost gets swallowed whole.
I always hold my breath during that part.
It's a close call, man.
But he escapes, thank goodness. But now he's really alone, lost, feeling betrayed by his friends.
It's his lowest point in the movie.
And then he meets those vultures.
Buzzy, Dizzy, Flaps, and Ziggy.
What a crew.
Not exactly the most intimidating bunch.
But they offer him some comfort,
Camaraderie.
Yeah, they're like, we get you, kid. We're the underdogs, too.
And you know what? They stand up to Shere Khan.
Which is pretty brave, considering they're terrified of him.
Shows you don't have to be the biggest or the strongest to have courage.
And their song, that's what friends are for.
So catchy.
It's all about sticking together, even when things are tough.
Finding strength in unity.
And speaking of unity, Bagheera and Baloo finally put aside their differences.
They realize Mowgli needs them no matter what.
They're like, okay, our squabbles can wait. This kid's in danger.
It's a great moment of reconciliation.
And then, the big showdown.
Mowgli versus Shere Khan.
The climax we've all been waiting for.
The animation in that scene is incredible.
You can feel the energy, the intensity.
Shere Khan's power, Mowgli's fear, Baloo, and Bagheera's determination.
And Mowgli, he uses his smarts to outwit the tiger.
He's not going to win a straight-up fight, so he's got to be clever.
It's like David and Goliath.
The underdog finding a way to win.
And Baloo, putting himself in harm's way to protect Mowgli.
Breaks your heart a little, but shows how deep their bond is.
He's willing to risk everything for this kid.
That's true friendship right there.
And finally, Mowgli gets the upper hand.
That burning branch.
Shere Khan's running scared. It's a real triumph. Not just for Mowgli, but for the whole jungle.
Freedom from tyranny.
But the story's not over yet, right?
Nope. Still got to figure out what happens to Mowgli.
Will he go to the man village?
Well, something happens that changes everything. Something unexpected.
The girl at the river?
Oh, yeah. That scene.
So beautiful.
The music, the animation, the way they look at each other.
It's like the jungle itself is holding its breath.
And Mowgli, he's totally smitten.
But you can see the conflict in his eyes.
The pull between two worlds.
The wild and the civilized.
And that dropped water pot.
Yeah.
Genius.
It's like fate stepping in, guiding him towards his destiny.
And Baloo and Bagheera watching him walk away.
Bittersweet, for sure.
They know they've lost him, but they're also happy for him.
He's found his place.
The Jungle Book is a movie that stays with you,
It really does.
It's not just a fun adventure. It's about growing up, finding your place in the world.
Facing your fears, making tough choices.
And realizing that sometimes letting go is the best thing you can do.
It's a movie that works on so many levels.
For kids and adults.
We've covered a lot today, but there's still so much to talk about.
Oh yeah, we've only just scratched the surface.
What really stood out to you?
The music, for sure. It's iconic. Those Sherman brothers, they knew how to write a song.
Absolutely. Bare necessities. I want to be like you. Trust in me. They're all so catchy, so memorable. And the voice acting, too.
Phil Harris's Baloo, Sebastian Cabot as Bagheera, perfect.
Couldn't imagine anyone else doing those voices.
Yeah.
And George Sanders as Shere Khan. So smooth, so menacing.
You really believe he's a threat.
And it's interesting how the Jungle Book reflects the time it was made, the 60s, all that social change, questioning authority.
And you see that in Mowgli, right? He wants freedom. He's pushing back against the rules.
It's a story that still resonates today.
Absolutely. Tolerance, acceptance, finding common ground.
We need those messages now more than ever.
The Jungle Book. It's a movie that has something for everyone. Adventure, humor, heart, and it makes you think.
It's a true classic. It's a movie you can watch over and over again.
And always find something new.
So after this deep dive, what are your final thoughts?
For me, it's a story about finding your place in the world.
Navigating different environments, different relationships, figuring out where you belong.
And that sometimes the journey is just as important as the destination.
Beautifully said. And on that note, we've reached the end of our deep dive into the Jungle Book. Thanks for joining us.
Hope you enjoyed it.
We'd love to hear your thoughts. Head over to the comments section and tell us what you think. What were your favorite moments? What resonated with you? Let's keep the conversation going.
And if you enjoyed this deep dive, don't forget to like and subscribe for more explorations of your favorite films. Until next time, keep exploring, keep questioning, and keep those bare necessities close to heart.
It's funny. This movie came out way back in '67, but it still feels so fresh, so relevant. What do you think keeps it going strong after all these years?
It's got to be a bunch of things working together, like the animation. For its time, it was top-notch.
Oh, yeah, those backgrounds, so lush and detailed.
The characters, so expressive, you can really see their personalities.
And the movements, so fluid. It's like watching a painting come to life.
Even today, it looks amazing. It doesn't feel dated at all.
It's true. And speaking of timeless, we got to give it up for the Sherman Brothers, right? Those songs.
Absolute bangers, every single one.
They were like the heart and soul of this movie.
The bare necessities. I want to be like you. Trust in me. Pure magic.
Those songs just get stuck in your head, but in a good way.
They're catchy, but they also tell the story, build the emotions.
They're not just there for fun, they're part of the fabric of the film.
Exactly. And did you know this was one of the last movies Walt Disney himself was really involved in?
Oh yeah, he passed away in '66, right before it came out.
Yeah, but his fingerprints are all over this movie.
You can feel his vision, his passion.
That attention to detail, that love of storytelling.
And it paid off big time.
Oh yeah. The Jungle Book was a huge hit.
One of Disney's most successful animated films ever.
And it's still going strong. Why? Because it speaks to something deep inside all of us.
That need to belong, to find your place in the world.
That struggle between our wild side and our civilized side.
It's a story that transcends time and culture.
It reminds us that we're all connected, part of this big web of life.
And that's a message we need to hear, especially these days.
It's so easy to get caught up in our differences, you know?
But the Jungle Book shows us that there's common ground, that we can all get along.
And it does it in such a fun, entertaining way.
With music and laughter and heart.
It's like a big hug for your soul.
Even when things are tough, it reminds you that there's still hope, still joy, still connection.
That's a powerful message.
So as we wrap up our deep dive into the Jungle Book, what are your final thoughts?
I think it's a movie everyone should see at least once.
Or twice, or 3 times.
It's a classic for a reason.
It's a reminder that animation can tell stories that are just as deep and meaningful as any live-action film.
It's a testament to the power of imagination, of storytelling, of the human spirit.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
Yeah.
So folks, if you haven't seen The Jungle Book, do yourself a favor and check it out.
And if you have seen it, watch it again. You might be surprised at how much you discover this time around.
And let us know what you think. What are your favorite moments? What resonated with you? Head over to the comments section and share your thoughts.
We love hearing from you.
And that brings us to the end of another deep dive. Thanks for joining us on this journey through the Jungle Book.
Until next time, keep exploring, keep questioning, and keep those bare necessities close to heart.
And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more deep dives into your favorite films.